Your first question. To tell you honestly, being a fashion designer wasn't a plan for me. It happened by accident. I was studying my MBA from Jadavpur University, and it was an evening course. It was from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. And in the morning, I was free. I used to stay as a paying guest in Calcutta. I'm from Asansol, so I used to stay as a paying guest in Calcutta. And in the mornings, I didn't have anything to do. So all of a sudden, I came across this advertisement in the paper that my institute, Birla Institute of Liberal Arts and Management Science, they are starting their fashion course. And when I saw that ad in the paper, it interested me. And I thought that, I have time in the morning. It's good, if I join, because every girl, has an interest in fashion and looking good, in dressing up. So I thought, why not, join fashion designing course and utilize my time. So basically, I joined fashion designing because I had time in the morning. It wasn't a plan. But things changed after that. I became so much interested in it, and later on, which is history now, that I decided to take up designing as a profession. Uh, and Answering to the second part of your question, fashion inspires. What fashion is for me. Fashion for me is, basically it's attitude. It's my attitude. It's my personality. Basically, to express one's personality or one's attitude, you take the help of fashion. So the most strong part, or the most important part, is one's personality. And to rightfully represent the personality, like props, we use props, in many cases, in dance, in theaters, we use props. So in fashion also, fashion clothing is a prop to reveal your personality, your attitude in the correct way. I design, I get inspiration from anything and everything. The first time when I went for my fashion week in Mumbai, Lakme Fashion Week, the collection which I showcased was from Bhutan. It was called Notes from Bhutan, because a few months back I had visited Bhutan on a holiday, on a family holiday. And when I went there, I was so charmed, by the people, by their costumes, by the color, by the place, that I thought of making a collection on Bhutan, and it was called Notes from Bhutan. I did a collection on Braille, on the visually challenged children, on Braille. And while doing that, I designed it on different alphabets and letters that, you know, blind children, visually challenged children, that they can't see, and they use the help of Braille. So the collection was based on that. I did a collection on Katha, and which was done by the weavers of Birbhum. And it just can be anything, actually. A designer always looks for subjects, and from a dry leaf to a person, to a environment, to a feeling, anything can inspire, actually. My favorite international designer would be Diane von Furstenberg. I really like her cuts and the way she treats each and every collection so differently. Of course, Indian designer wise, I like Ritu Kumar, and I've always been inspired by her. The way she has used Indian textiles, printing, Indian printing, different techniques of Indian printing into modern attires, that really inspires me. I've designed for a number of celebrities, and it's very difficult to pinpoint in any one celebrity with whom I enjoyed the most. But of course, my I started my career with Sri Devi, so she has always a very special place in my heart because she gave me such a big break. A star like her, giving a break to somebody who was I was no one that time, nobody, a new designer, a newcomer. So I think I'll always be so grateful to her, and she always holds a very special place in my heart. And other than Sri Devi, there are innumerable number of artists who always, in their own special way, they, um, helped me to move forward in my career. Um One of them was definitely Mr. Mithun Chakraborty, whose uh, you know blessings and contribution in my designing career has been immense. I have been working with him for many years in his television shows, for his films, and I will always be again, very grateful to him for giving me so many chances. Other than that, Manisha Koirala, Yami Gautam, Neha Dhupia, various other artists, Rituparna Gupta, and an innumerable number of artists in Tollywood I have worked with. So everybody holds a very special place in my heart. You need to have patience, determination, and focus. And this is such a profession where if you have your own label, you it's very uncertain. A collection gets hit, and the next collection might be a flop. But you need to continue with your imagination, with your creativity. You need to launch your new collection, whether your previous one has flopped, whether you have lost money, but still your business has to go on. So you need to have patience. You need to be very focused, and it's a full time job. Like any other jobs, I feel you need to be very focused, and you need to have a great deal of patience and perseverance. But it's a fantastic profession. It's like a dream world, to imagine something and then to put it in pen and paper and actually make it really happen. It's like making dresses, making attires, is bringing life to your imagination. So I think it's a beautiful profession. If I wouldn't have been a designer, I don't know. I would have been a doctor, or maybe an IAS officer. Uh, but I always wanted to be somebody who will be in touch with the people, because I love people. I love public, and probably because of that, I became a designer. I've done so many shows, always working with people, with films, with variety of different things, but always in touch with people. I have worked with a number of NGOs, teaching the underprivileged, how to make clothes, how to do stitching. And now that I'm into politics, I also want to implement this designing part, which I spent 23 years of my life. I want to use that in politics also, empowering women, teaching them stitching, helping them to earn some money and be financially independent. And came into politics because of Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Modi ji, because I was always been inspired by his work. He became the Prime Minister in 2014, and I joined BJP in 2014. But I wasn't active, I just was a member of the party. But in 2019, I thought I would love to work actively in politics and be part of the entire system. So I joined in 2019, and in 1 year's time, I became the Mahila Morcha president. The 1 year's time, I became the Mahila Morcha president, and then in the next year, this year, I got a ticket and I was successful to win. And I won from Asansol South Assembly. So now I'm part of the Legislative Assembly, and I'm enjoying thoroughly, being part of the system and trying to work for the people, do some good for the people. It's a new experience altogether. A bill is being introduced, and you're talking on the bill, you're talking on different subjects, you're opposing the bill or you're putting up your views against some issues. So it's a very fantastic thing, to work with. It's all because of Honorable Prime Minister.